We're really so glad that you came down, not only to see your friends and former colleagues, and to celebrate 50 years, but also for us to capture some real inspiration of people that have come here. And
Yes.
the town has really set out as a mission for us to commemorate 50 years of Longshore,
Right.
which is a crown jewel in this town.
Yes, you bet.
All right. So can you talk to us a little bit about, did you live here at Longshore when your husband was the pro?
Yes, we lived in Westport. We didn't live.
you didn't
we didn't
live
live in the club.
Okay.
But we lived in Westport and on South Campo Road,
Okay.
and I had two sons, George and Gary,
Mm-hmm.
and we were married in 1950. So that's when I was from New York City, and that's when I first came up here. And I was just telling my son as we parked the car by close to the 18th green, reminded me instantly of a story. They were filming a movie here with Gregory Peck.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the man in the Grey Flannel
Yes,
Suit, and it was very well noted that he was here. And I was up practicing my chipping. We didn't have a place to particularly practice that, but you could go up and practice on some green if nobody was around. So I went up and I was practicing my chipping. And I had been chipping for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and coming out of the front of the clubhouse and walking towards me was Gregory Peck. And he came all the way over and said to me, "I've been watching you chip." He said, "Do you think you could teach me to chip like that?"
Oh, wonderful.
Of course, in those days, I didn't teach, so I said to him, "Well," I said, "I'm very flattered, but I think you want to speak to my husband, George Buck. He's the teaching pro, and he'll certainly help you." And he took some lessons from George.
Right. So Gregory Peck wasn't the inspiration to you to start teaching. Was he the little?
No. I started teaching because it was getting to be old hat playing the different state tournaments and different things that I'd won, so many things, and I started thinking I needed to do something else. And my boys were they were becoming close to becoming teenagers, and people would come and ask me, because I had mastered the game nicely, as well as one ever does, and they would come and ask me if I would give them a lesson. So before you know it, I decided to start teaching. I joined the LPGA, and I just started.
And Beryl, what year was this?
I think it was 1968, 67 or 68. And I taught, and I belonged to the LPGA for over 20 years, and I worked my way up to being a master.
Correct.
And it was all wonderful, very, very good experience to meet wonderful people. One of my best friends was Patty Berg.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the late Patty Berg. And
could you talk a little bit about the formation of the Longshore Women's Golf Association?
Yes, I will.
50 years ago?
Yes, Herb Baldwin was the mayor, and he came and asked me if I would like to help him out and start the Ladies Golf Association. And I guess he'd gotten someone to do the men's, and I can't tell you who that was, but he asked me, and I said yes, I would be pleased to do that. So that was exactly 50 years ago. So we started, there was a group of about 10 of us, I believe, and we started we used sort of the basic format that I had played along with different guest days and everything when the club was private. So we used that same kind of format. And of course, playing around the state and different places, I'd gotten to know a lot about golf and how the best way to do things and so on and so on. So that's how we started. And when Carol Beatus was talking to me about finding out who all the old originals were, and some of them who have gone on to the great golf course in the sky, she said, "Well, that's not nearly enough you know, we have something like 20 ladies on our executive committee. I said to her, well, in the beginning we had to do double duty.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
and your friend Mimi Levitt, right?
Yes, she was here. Yeah,
members with you.
We played the first club championship that year, 1960, and I won the low gross, and Mimi Levitt won the low net. Mm-hmm. And of course, the following year we didn't duplicate it like that, but we had to do that the first year.